Israeli troops say they've conducted a raid at Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza today, killing 20 terrorists, as they termed it.
Palestinian health authorities say several people were killed, as Tony mentioned. The IDF says this was, quote, a precise operation based on intelligence that the hospital was being used as a base by senior Hamas leaders. Meanwhile, President Biden had a call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu earlier today. They discussed the situation in Rafah and the humanitarian crisis in the enclave. The two leaders held the call a day after Netanyahu pushed back on calls by Senator Chuck Schumer and other leaders for him to step aside. Netanyahu says most Israelis support his policies, including Israel expanding its operations into Rafah.
That is, supporting the policies of going into Rafah, destroying a quarter of the remaining Hamas terrorist army. That's like leaving a quarter of the Nazi terrorist army in Germany and saying, no, we're not going to finish the last quarter, and we're not going into Berlin. Most Israelis overwhelmingly support the position that we have to go in.
Let's bring in Raphael Cohen. He is the director of the Strategy and Doctrine program at the RAND Corporation's Project Air Force. Raphael, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. So, Israel's position is that there are battalions of Hamas in Rafah, and you can't stop a fire until you put out all of the fire, so they must go in. Apparently, a plan has been shown to the Israeli War Cabinet that will protect civilians and attack Hamas, but no one else has seen it. What might that plan entail? How could this get done?
Well, first off, thank you so much for having me on. So let me sort of explain why the Israelis are hell-bent on going into Rafah. And there's really sort of two reasons here. As you allude to, Hamas begins this war with 24 or so battalions. The Israelis claim at least to have destroyed 18 of those. The 4 remaining ones, though, are believed to be in Rafah. Now, in addition to all of that, Rafah is also sort of key military terrain because a lot of the smuggling routes of how Hamas gets weapons into Gaza is believed to come through the Sinai. The smuggling groups that operate on the Sinai for criminal purposes, but also for terrorism purposes. So that's a driver for the operation. Now, what that operation looks like, the Israelis have sort of talked about a couple different pieces of it. First is sort of the idea that they would create these humanitarian islands that they call, or that they're terming, basically parts of other parts of Gaza where they would evacuate those civilians to. They would provide them medical support, food, and basic humanitarian support. And then you would see a sort of large-scale clearance operation similar to what we've seen in Khan Yunis, Gaza City, and the like. So that's a sort of broad brushstrokes. Happy to go into more detail about, the feasibility of that operation. But
I am curious about that, Raphael. I mean, on the implementation of it all, how likely, and looking at the last several months, is it that they would be able to provide these kinds of security for evacuees?
Yeah, so there's a series of challenges that they're going to face. First off, there's been fighting in and around Gaza for the last 6 months. That means whenever they try to evacuate civilians to a part of Gaza, there's going to be a whole bunch of unexploded ordnance that they first of all have to clear. Second, they're going to then have to provide humanitarian support for, between 1 to 1.5 million people. That's a difficult logistical challenge, if nothing else. You then have to get the civilian population to voluntarily displace to that location, those islands. And there's a trust deficit between the Israeli military and the Gazan population for understandable purposes. And then finally, over the course of all of that, you also have to separate out remaining Hamas members from the actual civilians, because presumably Hamas will want to try to sneak their way into these sort of humanitarian islands. So it's a very difficult plan to execute well.
Raphael, there's this international pressure for a ceasefire. Israel wants a ceasefire if it can get hostages back. Hamas doesn't want to release hostages without a huge return of Palestinian prisoners. Can Israel go into Rafah and still negotiate for the hostages? I've heard them say that they have to, actually, that the pressure is what allows the hostage negotiations to work. But can they two-track it, is the simple way to ask this question.
Yeah, so it's challenging. What the Israelis will tell you is that if you look at Hamas demands at the beginning of February, they were asking for something on order of between 1,500 to up to 3,000 Palestinian prisoners for the remaining hostages released, including 500 of them who are serving life sentences in Israeli jails. This is the plan that Netanyahu viewed as a non-starter. If you look at the most recent negotiations, by contrast, that number has dwindled down to about 1,000, also Palestinian prisoners, with only 100 serving life sentences. And the Israelis will attribute that narrowing of distances largely to military pressure, but some diplomatic pressure as well. But obviously, once the actual fighting in Rafah begins, that's going to complicate matters. In addition to all of that, the question of who you negotiate with, and those people are probably in Rafah as well. So just communicating with them will be difficult.
Wow.
Raphael Cohen, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.